In today's video, I'm going to talk about why it's important that you embrace all of yourself, all the pieces of you, and maybe give you some tips on how you can go about doing that. So tune in. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name's Fola, and here on Deep Mind Squared, we talk about the bridge between spirituality and mental health and some practical tools on how you can start to live that life that is truly integrated. So the theme on this video came up in a conversation I had with someone recently around race and the cultural appropriation and all that good stuff. And as some of you may or may not know, I would identify as a biracial mixed individual. I have a background of both Nigerian and Norwegian Scottish, so the beautiful black and white combined into this delicious skin. And I've struggled. I shared that in another video I made. I've struggled with having to integrate and pick or choose one or the other. And it's really funny because this keeps coming up, and over the years of my going into different modalities, healing modalities, the Reiki, the sound therapy, in the shamanic path, I've always been told, make sure you stick with the one, focus on the one, don't mix and match. And for some reason, this always really bugged me. There's this conversation around purity. And we got to keep these lineages and these pieces pure. And I think this is just, I guess it's just me being mixed that I'm kind of what? I can't even comprehend that. But the conversation that I had with this person, they were directing me that I really need to acknowledge the ancestors and acknowledge how the certain modalities I've learned come from certain ancestors or traditions. I completely agree in us acknowledging, giving thanks, saying our prayers as we go through these different learnings or these modalities. But I'd also heard an elder recently sharing that when you go into one tradition, one school of thought, dare I call it, it's you need to commit yourself fully. And it really irked this thing in me. And again, I don't know, maybe it's my rebellion. I mean, I know I could be a little stubborn sometimes, but it was just no, I just can't even understand how. And I don't know if this is something you've gone through. I think it's depending on your background, obviously people who are mixed, this might be the struggle that you're facing. It's you're told to pick one or the other. I'm what type of life is that? That's not how I want to live my life. I don't want to have to pick and choose. And I mean, this is just how I am. I like to get my hands on all the things, and I understand the importance on, having focus and getting good at something. And I'm not saying here that you got to go and pick and choose every little thing. I just trust that as you go through the path of your life, you're going to wake up to what is actually important and what really calls you. And the thing for people who might identify as biracial, multiracial, mixed, it's here you are with all this beauty of who you be. And it's really important that you learn to integrate all those pieces into your unique whole, whatever that looks like for you. And it might mean picking and choosing certain pieces of that you can then identify with. Because let's be honest, we don't all align with everything. I mean, I know for me within the Nigerian line, it's not everything I agree with that they continually talk about. It's just not, I can't even align with it because of my own programming, my upbringing, whatever you want to call it. It's and also growing in a completely geographical area. There's all these different things come into play here. And so how do we start to really embrace these pieces? I know when I had this conversation, I initially was okay, that's interesting that this is coming up now again for me. I would just really encourage you to ask yourself, is this my truth? Is this the truth that I need to follow around, just picking one and allowing only one side or one part of myself or my focus to take the spotlight? Or maybe it's something else and it's about you coming to find your own path and your own way of working within a modality, tradition, whatever you want to call it, your culture. Because I don't think there's any right or wrong when it comes to any of this. All there is opinions. Everyone's going to have an opinion about something. me recording this video is an opinion, so you can take it or leave it. But what it comes down to is really trusting for you and setting boundaries when you need to, when someone oversteps and tells you what, they think you should do or not do, and vice versa. Because ultimately, you are the one that has to live with any decisions that you make. And if it doesn't align fully with who you be, it doesn't bring you joy, it doesn't bring you pleasure, it doesn't bring you excitement, it doesn't bring you like more opportunities, whatever that looks like for you, then maybe it's time to let that go. And that's completely okay too. Learning to like release things that don't serve us is part of this journey. And I think I've gotten a little decent at that piece there. Letting go is not easy. This was just that reminder I hope to leave you as you go through your day, and to check in with what parts of you are you trying to hide or displace, and what parts of you need to be fully integrated to allow you to shine forth as that beautiful, unique being that you be here on this earth today. So I hope that this message resonates. Let me know in the comments if you struggled with this or what you're doing to kind of support yourself through it. And feel free to like and share this video with anyone you think might enjoy watching it. And until next time, bye.